Free socks. Free socks.
Okay, welcome everybody to another exciting edition of the Triple B Experience. I'm your host, Bad Bubba Brewer. Friday night, streaming on Facebook. I figured, what the hell? I just figured I would do it. I don't have the headphones in because I'm not talking to anybody. So hopefully you guys can hear me. And if you guys have any questions, comments, and concerns, please put it in any of the YouTube chat rooms or in the Facebook stuff. So I have a whole bunch of unscripted topics and uncensored as I always can be. But before I get started, I do want to say tomorrow night at 7:30, we will be having the live stream Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Baltimore Ravens. 7:30 live stream on the Steelers Dynasty podcast. That's right. Steelers Dynasty podcast. This is my second show this year in 2025. I'm trying to make it every Friday night, getting routine, getting whatever I need to do. And a couple more weeks, we'll be doing our Royal Rumble picks with the Mega Mania panel coming on, and we'll do that in a couple weeks. And I still need to get start doing some interviews and doing a whole bunch of stuff. So, hi, Mr. Martello, how you doing? Good evening. So, yes, I got it on Facebook tonight, everybody, so I can interact a little bit more. Hopefully, you hit like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. But on this channel, I'm going to use the Facebook, my personal Facebook site. Hopefully, I can engage a whole lot of people. That's what I'm hoping. Okay. Yeah, awesome. I will have to get some dates and times for you. Hey, Mark, how you doing? So I'm going to be doing that one-on-one interviews too. So yeah, so let's get into some because I got a whole bunch of stuff that I want to talk about, from wrestling to the big WWE, Netflix. Get everybody's opinion and viewpoint on that. I had to order Netflix the other day. I had to pay $6.95 because my cable that I got. Hey, Mark, how you doing again? My cable that I got was spinning, and when The Rock come out, I wanted to hear The Rock, so I had to hurry up and pay Netflix. So I got Netflix for $6 and some cents. Thanks, Devil. I appreciate it. Tomorrow night, man, I can't wait. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. Now, the Netflix stuff, it's a little different for me. USA, it's been on for almost 30 years or whatever. They made that big contract to Netflix. I think the production looked great. The opening was awesome with the video stuff, and they had the guy painting a picture while Triple H was talking, and then he was in the middle of the ring after the curtains lifted up. I thought that was great. The Rock coming out was good, but I don't know where The Rock is going. If he's a face or a heel, I have no idea. Hey, Mr. Reese, how you doing? Kelly McCord, hopefully everything's good down in Virginia, buddy. Our prayers are with you there, Kelly. But I thought The Rock, I mean, he's as big as a brick shit house. I don't know what they're doing with the storyline, and I have no idea. But the first match was the Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa match. I'm not going through the every match because yeah, it was good, but I don't know. It was okay. Rhea Ripley regained the title. You know what I mean? That was okay. They had every wrestler out in the audience. They said that was the biggest gate, 17,000 people. And I know you had people smoking dope coming out with Jey Uso. No, the only thing that really pissed me off was Drew McIntyre getting pinned. Like, now Drew McIntyre is a fucking punching bag. So I wasn't happy about that. But hey, hopefully, Drew can get some good storyline and go from there. But and then the what do you call it? The elephant in the room. Hulk Hogan coming out, and they're in California. He got booed. That's my opinion. Um, and I know the Hulkster didn't look physically. He looked like he was beat up. Hey, Justin, how you doing? He just looked. He lost a lot of mass. Okay, but you know what though? He's 70 some years old. Look, if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, a lot of us wouldn't be doing what we're doing because WrestleManias wouldn't be successful. So wrestling wouldn't be successful. Okay, he said some shit. Okay, but look, I'm not. It's not right. But you know what though? You can't be hooking up with your buddy's girl, buddy's wife, and then getting videotaped, and you got to watch. And then Bubba the Love Sponge is a piece of shit too. So Hogan didn't know, but they were booing the shit out of him. And he was trying to do his beer. Um, just the wrong place at the wrong time in that state of California. And prayers for everybody in California because it's a shit show out there. I believe it's going to be a dawn of like the Planet of the Apes, people. Troy Fritz, what's going on? Troy, let me know when you want to do an interview. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta get an interview sheet. Anybody that wants to come on, like a Friday night too, let me know. Throw me your email, and I will email you. Because usually I have these on, but tonight it's just me talking, so I don't have to listen to anybody. Okay, cool. Okay, cool, Troy. Um, are you okay out there, Devil? You're in Vegas, right? I believe you're in Vegas. Shane, what's up, everybody? West Virginia Mountaineer Mafia, my co-host from Steelers Dynasty podcast, and one of the staples of the Triple B experience when we do shows, top fives, mega casts, all that stuff. Mr. Shane Stodmiller. He's probably doing something. He's probably doing a West Virginia thing. But let's get back to the Hogan thing. Let me get your guys's. Oh, okay. Well, hey, God bless you, brother. Yeah, that's some crazy shit. Yeah, because they had the Golden Globe Saturday night, and then 2 days later they held a list. But anyway, let's get back to the Hogan thing. They were booing him. Look, everybody that actually buys a ticket can cheer and boo whoever they want to. Hi, Darren Lamort. What's up? Craig, how's it going out in Patton? That's their prerogative to actually boo anybody. So, like I said, if it wasn't for Hogan and Piper, WrestleMania would have never happened, and we wouldn't be talking about wrestling as much as it would never be on Netflix. I'll tell you that much. Would he come back on? Probably not. Um, hey Jeff Steffish, what's up? I think Hogan is all about himself. I never drank the beer yet. I would actually like to check and see how it goes. But if I do get the beer, I will go out to Alley Cat Beverage out in Clymer and see Diesel and Booterball and get my beer because it's a. Uh, Mr. Martello says he felt bad for Jimmy Hart. No, I did not talk about Skeleton Crew yet. I'm just getting right into the Monday Night Raw stuff. Look, I don't feel bad for Jimmy Hart. Jimmy, it's all about a payday. He's like he gets out on Monday Night Raw. He's doing independent shows and probably fucking making $1,200. I mean, they're going to jack their rate up. Now they're going to jack their rate up more now because Netflix is 5 million people watched it. So, I mean, independent wrestling promoters trying to get the old guys, and once they do a thing on Netflix, the price might go up. I'm just saying. And yeah, Shane says be safe with the fires out there, devil. It's just that's crazy out there. I was watching a little bit of stuff, so I understand that, but he didn't have to endure the booing. You know what though? He took it like a champ. He took it like a champ. He cut his promo. He brought in this Macho Man and Andre, and he fucking plugged his beer, American beer. I mean, he did what he wanted to do. I believe that Stone Cold, they wanted Stone Cold to do it. I don't know what, look, everybody's got to, you know what I mean? Everybody's got to say anymore. Hopefully you can say stuff here pretty soon and not worry about the repercussions unless you're not causing, um, controversy. No, I'm not talking. I don't feel bad for Hart. I don't feel bad for Hart. He's got money, man. They weren't booing him. They were booing Hogan. I don't feel bad for Jimmy. Jimmy knows. Jimmy's a constant professional. Craig's, how about them Cowboys he's talking? And Gene recommended I pee on the fire. Yeah, Gene, I think Gene left something in my car about 3 weeks ago that hopefully I didn't get fucking pulled over. Let's put it that way. You know what I mean, devil? So I'm okay with Netflix. I can watch it anywhere, so I can actually watch Netflix when I go to the gym when I do cardio. And I'm working on the cardio, trying to eat right. It's not real good. I got a hoagie at Sansos in Homer City yesterday, an Italian. He did. Yes, he did. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a good thing if I'd have got pulled over, I'd have been fucked. Fucked. Uh yeah, Craig and Troy, when you're affiliated and a Cowboys fan, it's kind of crazy. It's all in good fun. But look, there's we'll have to wait and see what Monday brings for Netflix Monday Night Raw. But the sad part about it is they're going to be competing against the wild card playoffs, Minnesota and the Rams. I think that's going to be moved. I think the Arizona now, due to the situation in California, that will probably take a couple hits for the ratings. But when you got Netflix, you can watch Raw anytime. So I think they get the ratings probably after a week or a couple days. So people will be watching Raw all week long, and then they can get the ratings. So I think that's probably a good thing because you don't have to DVR it anymore on USA. You can just subscribe to Netflix and you can watch it at any time. So I think that the pay-per-views are still on Peacock. The old school stuff, hopefully, I don't know if it's on Peacock because I don't have Peacock anymore. I like to watch the Mid-South stuff, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff. But hey, let's get to from WWE because I like WWE, but I'm not a big connoisseur. And my whole show is not WWE. So we're saying no. No, I'm not saying the Steelers are a lost cause. I'm actually picking the Pittsburgh Steelers to upset the Baltimore. If we want to talk, we can talk right now, Pittsburgh Steelers, and I can still talk Star Wars and MCU and all this other stuff. I could talk as long as I want to. But Martello, the Pittsburgh Steelers are 9-point underdogs. Going to Baltimore, probably looking at 6 to 8 inches. I'll be doing a live stream. I'm going to probably be drinking a little bit of Captain Morgan. And my show tomorrow night is sponsored by Mucky Duck Mustard. Steelers 412 got a hat last week. Larry Stryker's in the house from Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk. And I gave away Mucky Duck Mustard to Brian Burns. And if you go to Mucky Duck Mustard, you get a promo code 10% off the chin. You can get your mustard at 10% off. Craig says, I heard. Well, first off, Troy says, I like to be the underdog, Bubba. Yeah, 9 points is something. Tomlin will get him ready. Tomlin will get him ready. And Craig says, I heard Netflix was going to have the. No, I don't think they're having the pay-per-views. They're just having Monday Night Raw, and I think NXT. I think. Hey JP, how you doing? Yeah, because then you gotta pay for Peacock to watch the pay-per-views, and then you got to pay for Netflix to watch Raw. Okay, Martella says we can do that. Trust me. I hope the Steelers win. Well, I just want to win a playoff game. I'll take one playoff game. Hey, Paul from Blackridge is in the house. Now I'll just take one playoff game and then go from there. They are having the pay-per-views, Larry? So Netflix is having the pay-per-views? I don't know. I don't know. I got nothing. Yes, big game tomorrow. Yes, indeed. I think I'm gonna be drinking some Captain Morgan and Cokes, man. I'm gonna be drinking live streaming, so that'll be catastrophic for everybody, I'm sure. I'm gonna be because I'm jacking it up 10 more percent during the playoffs than I do in the regular season. But I know there's a lot of independent wrestling. I'm gonna get to, now I'm gonna get to yes. And if you guys got your comments, I'll read them. Yep. Absolutely. No Flowers, hold the tight ends and the running backs. And we have no turnovers tomorrow. That I agree with everything you're saying. I agree with everything you're saying, Devil. So there's a whole bunch of independent wrestling shows last night. They had a 3 Legacy Wrestling from the Rodriguez, the former ring announcer for Roberto Del Rio in Pittsburgh. The pay-per-views in Peacock, US, Netflix, everywhere else. Kelly says, I hope Pickens does better tomorrow. Yes, I do too. And like I said, next week there'll be, I think, a couple wrestling companies. I think Rise. I think this week is Rise Wrestling. Rise Wrestling is Saturday night. And probably next week is RWA and Imagine Wrestling Saturday nights. Now, Mr. Martello, they have a show in February. I think February 8th is the last KSWA. Hi, Chris. Hey, tell your husband I said hello. Hey, Dean, how you doing? And like I said before you come on, Dean, Rise Wrestling tomorrow night. They have their first card of the year. They got some title matches. It's down at the Uniontown Mall, ladies and gentlemen. It's a big facility. They have enough ample seating for everybody. That's where they have their training complex. I'm doing pretty good, brother. I'm doing pretty good. Hope you're doing well too, Dean. They have a training complex, so if you know anybody that wants to become a professional wrestler, go down and see Mr. Dean Radford and Brandon Kay. And Glenn Spector, I believe, is also a trainer down there now. Dean says tomorrow night is going to be a huge show with some surprises. And I've been sharing a lot of independent shows on my personal Facebook site. I'm trying to promote as many things as I can and trying to spread the word out there. So it's the Stronghold Training Center in Uniontown. They have it Mondays, I believe, and Wednesdays and Fridays, I think. I'm not sure, but definitely Mondays. If you have what it takes, I know people that are traveling from Altoona, Pennsylvania to train at Stronghold Training Center. So that's a 2.5-hour drive. So, hey, Morty, what's happening? So, there's a lot of independent wrestling shows in Western Pennsylvania. I'm getting my surety bond. I got to pay. I'm looking hopefully in June for the APWF. And I'm going to do a couple couple shows this year, due to the fact that Tammy's still recovering from having that issue, and Mr. Martello says Dean is the best in the Berg. Much respect. Troy says that's awesome, and like I said, and KSWA is February 8th. There's also a show at the WrestlePlex. Look, there is wrestling shows every weekend, guys. And if you're a wrestling fan, you can take the family. It's economically sound, because not a lot of stuff is economically sound anymore. Going grocery shopping is not economically sound, but and just check their websites and their social media. And I know Rise Wrestling. They cut some commercials. Jim LaMotta does great commercials for those guys, and he'll tell you if you have them on your Facebook. If you just want to subscribe to Rise Wrestling on Facebook, to RWA, to Imagine Wrestling, to KSWA, to APWF, to Big League in Erie. God, who am I missing? And that's just the independents. Dean says, thanks, Morty. Dean says they're having an open house January 27th from 6 to 8. Anybody ready to take the leap? New classes start in February. IWC. Thank you. I knew I forgot one, because I don't have a script here. This is no script, raw and uncensored. So if anybody out there that's listening in wherever, in Western Pennsylvania or Central PA, that want an opportunity to try to think that they're a tough, well, you don't want to go and thinking you're a badass, because you will be fucking humbled very quickly. If you think you have what it takes, if you think you always wanted to try a dream that you thought that you could get in between the ropes and do the stuff that they do everywhere across the world, January 27th, you can pay them, sign the waiver, get in the ring, and see what it actually takes. And I guarantee the next day, Tuesday morning, you won't be feeling you'll be feeling sore. So Martello says, I know February is their last show. So what do you think about them closing? About KSWA? Things happen. Believe me, I know. I had to do it a long time ago. I had to do a couple companies. It is very, very hard to run an independent wrestling show. You got to have a whole bunch of staff. You got to, get people to, load the ring up and set up and tear down. And you have to try to, get sponsorship, and you have to try to get the best talent that you possibly can on the shows. Now, for APWF, I'm not doing storylines. So, and Troy says it's hard because he knows, because he ran Diamond Championship Wrestling. So, like Rise Wrestling, RWA, Imagine, IWC, even PWX, okay? And then there's another company that's wrestling tomorrow too, up in Lewistown. Would that include trying to be a referee or manager? I am sure that they have different things for referees and managers, but also too, you're going to have to take the bumps like a wrestler. Hi Sharon, how are you doing? So it's not, if it was easy, everybody would do it. But you have an opportunity in Western Pennsylvania to go to the Stronghold Training Center, Imagine Wrestling, IWC. You have an opportunity. He says yes. So if you want to become a manager, anybody out there wants to become look, referees are very, very vital, Craig. I like to have, even when I do a show, I like to have 3 or 4 referees, because you just never know. Oh, Martello says, I've done the ring crew. It's really hard. Yeah. Being a promoter, setting a ring up and tearing down. It's not for everyone. But, professional wrestling is not for everybody. Because if everybody thinks they can do it, but also too, if you look like you're 130 pounds, how are you going to beat somebody's ass like Dean Radford or myself or Diamond Troy Justice or, Bill Collier? I mean, you have to get in the gym. I know, and if get in the gym and train, and if you have training issues, you can get a hold of Elijah, the Dime. He does personal training, So yeah, Dean, I think February 8th, I believe, is their last show. And running the ropes, Craig, is not easy. Taking a bump, my back is fucked. Like my back, I went to the chiropractor. I got arthritis all through my back. I got fucking bulging discs, and I'm just trying to move around and stretch. And it is what it is. Also, too, I need to lose about 100 pounds. You know, you can take all you can. Hey, man, I'm good for about a minute. It all depends. But yeah, Troy, I don't think I could ever bump again. I bumped at my parents' house so bad, it tore the skin off my back and it flew my cell phone 15 feet and my wallet was 10 feet the other way. So I'll take I'll take you all to the bar and drink. Well, I mean, I could do that. I mean, I could party like a rock star. I mean, I did party in Pittsburgh about December 21st when my buddy Mark from Australia came in from Steelers Nation, Australia. Um, we had a good time, but we didn't win the game. The Ravens beat us, but we still had a good time. Mark's a good dude, and we're going to be back. He's coming back for. That's funny. Well, I do like 8 to 10, well, sometimes 8 to 12. You know, I'm all fucked up, devil. I think I got a hernia. My wife told me I have a hernia. I don't know. Picking all that shit up, bump and grind. I ain't bumping for nobody. And I'll get back. Let me get back to your Steeler questions real quick. Yes. Look, and you know what's funny? Like I said, Wednesday or Tuesday or yeah, well, Wednesday night. Was it Wednesday night? I think it was Wednesday, where that jabroni from the Ravens that cut me and Mark and I went off on him. And I said, you know what? If Russell Wilson would have slid, the whole game would have been totally different. And you know what? Ravens fans are the worst epitome of a cesspool of the whole world. Those are hold on. We I don't they never said, they just said they got rid of Scotty Miller. I figured maybe Roman Wilson was going to be coming in, but I'm not sure. I didn't see any of that. I seen today that Hines Ward, Art Rooney's talking to Hines Ward as like a receiver assistant coach or something. I don't know how true that is. Those wrestling cards behind me are the first incarnation of the Allied Powers Wrestling Federation when we were in Punxsutawney and downtown Indiana. Craig says that's why I laugh at those people who say it's big trampoline. No, it ain't no trampoline, brother. You know, and yeah, that's not a trampoline. Yeah, it's you got to take a good. I mean, hi Chris Anderson, what's going on? And that's why the trainers train these guys. And right now, Western Pennsylvania indie wrestling is probably the hottest it's ever been. I think wrestling right now in the area of Western and Central PA is hotter now. It's about as hot as it was maybe back in the day. Oh, and I also forgot Pros of Wrestling, Polinsky's organization. They're doing a big giant show. Bruno Sammartino. They're doing the show like a classic old studio stuff. So I'm guessing the Pittsburgh wrestling now is just like it was when it was Pittsburgh studio with Chili Billy back in then. That's how big it was back then. It's big now. And I know, and there's, and you know what the thing about it is a lot of companies are working together, which is good. I mean, I appreciate all the, I mean, Dean come up on the first show, is helping out in the back, helping with talent, and Potter, God bless him, hooked me up with some wrestlers when, because I don't know a lot of the newer guys, you know what I mean? And, Brandon Kay, with Rise Wrestling. We had a we had a Fight Underground Championship match in the first show in Indiana. We had a title defended, and then we had their company's title defended. And I do what I can. I try to, and also too, there's going to be a cancer show, uh, the Pit Wrestling organization that Pro Prospect actually has. They were in Greensburg. That's going to be coming up in a couple months too. So there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of professional wrestling, a lot of independent wrestling. You can check them on social media through Facebook. You can follow them, and you'll be entertained. Some places you can drink a couple sarsaparillas. You know what I mean? Just don't be an idiot. Or somebody like Dean Radford's going to knock somebody out and send them packing. Because I would too. Because it just you don't want to. When you're drinking, you don't need to be part of the show because you're watching the show. If you want to be in a show, if you want to be part of the show, go to Rise, go to Stronghold Training at January 27th. If you want to be part of the show, that's how you start. Getting drunk and jumping in a ring and doing that is not the smartest fucking thing to do. So yeah, pit fight. Thanks, Larry. I don't have everything written down, and I try to remember everything because I'm trying to go from one topic to the next, But also too, now I know this is crazy, like the APWS sound guy. Yeah, that was not good. I think everybody wanted to. Yeah, Martella says it's time. It's time like that. I'm glad on Dean's side. Well, Dean's not a man to fuck around with, man. But also too, he's giving people, he's not bullshitting anybody, and he's telling it the way it is. That's what you got to be, man. He's a good dude, and I have much respect. And I got to bring him on to finish the part 2 of his interview. Dean said that sound guy almost met his maker. Yeah. Yeah, I cleaned a lot of house on my social media, so the sound guy I took him off. SmackDown is ass tonight, says Paul. I didn't get a chance to watch it. But I will talk about some pulp culture stuff, which I am no, thank you, brother. Much respect. I watch a lot of stuff. Besides Pittsburgh Steelers and besides wrestling, the other loves that I have are the comic book stuff, which I do collect comic books, and I still do. I still have a lot upstairs that I have to go through and do whatever, and trying to get what I can. But right now, and I do love Marvel, and I go digital, and I just bought a tablet so I can read digitally. But the Marvel comics right now is not as good. Like DC right now, if you're into comic books, the absolute Batman is something. Yep, I agree, Dean. I agree. Round 2. Uncensored, uncut. Dean Radford sitting down. But yeah, I go to my comic book store and I get stuff, and I did get a replica Fantastic Four. I wish I had the original Fantastic Four because Fantastic Four in July, hopefully the MCU and Marvel can get the Fantastic Four right, it'll be a fourth time, really. The Fantastic Four has been done 3 times before this. So this will be the 4th time. The first time, it never got released, but it's on YouTube. So, and the Fantastic Four is the first family of Marvel. So we'll see how that goes because that's going to be competing with Superman in the same month. And Tammy says she has no desire to go see Superman because Henry Cavill is not Superman. But I told her, I said, Tammy, you just have to just let it ride. You just have to take a deep breath, and it's just follow James Gunn's direction because he's always doing good and he's never leading astray. And I will get to that. I will get to that question, Troy. But I wanted to get from the Superman stuff in DC. No, I'm not. No, I'll be working a lot. I do love the Pirates though, but they're doing a thing on Netflix. Roberto Clemente. I don't know if you guys seen that. if you guys are Pirate fans like I am, they're doing a thing about, oh, Devil says he should play Wolverine. And you're right, he should. He looked damn good. Dean says, at what point do we as fans, Marvel and DCC, sit back and say that's enough? Ooh. Uh, when it's really bad. When everything that DC and Marvel put out that's maybe like the Marvels, because the Marvels was fucking shit, or I didn't like Flashpoint because it was all fucked up. But I do love Michael Keaton as Batman, and I wish they would have did something with him. Um, I think they're, I think they're going to keep going until they can't run out of material anymore. You know. Um, yes. Now, if that phase is something, it'll keep going. Well, they just started 20 years ago. But Troy, to get to your point, because I know I'm being bopping from MCU to Marvel. The Red Hulk, Troy, it was a comic book. Okay, when it was a comic book, it was the Red Hulk, and at one time nobody knew who the Red Hulk was, and it finally came out that it was General Thaddeus Ross, who was the arch nemesis of the Incredible Hulk, turned into the Red Hulk. So the Red Hulk is not as strong as the Hulk, but he gets the temperature wise, his body radiates fucking like heat. And General Ross being a tactician and a military individual can plan stuff a little better. So he's kind of like diabolical, So and he will be in Harrison Ford is playing Ross in the new Captain America movie, which they had to do so many cuts and reshoots because I seen an interview with Seth Rollins was going to be playing part of the Serpent Society, and his part got axed. So I feel Harrison Ford is, they had to redo that actor. We'll see how it goes. And you're going to see a lot of espionage kind of stuff in that Captain America. It's going to be like Winter Soldier kinda, you know. But I don't think we'll ever see a Hulk solo until they get Universal to do it right. I would love to see a Hulk solo. I would love to see Hulk versus Wolverine. If we'd have got another 30 seconds in Deadpool and Wolverine in that scene, you know what I mean? That was awesome. But if they do a World War Hulk, and after Troy, after that is, and I'm gonna go back to DC. I'm gonna loop everything around because I'm gonna try to get everybody's questions. Right after the Captain America movie in March is the Daredevil series on Disney, which would it be season 3, I think. Season 3, I think. Because in that, John Berthenol and the Punisher will return in Daredevil. And Daredevil will be a big-time character moving forward in the MCU because this Secret War stuff, he's going to be part of it. Hey, Trapper Tom, how you doing? We did talk about KSWA, sir, and I am going to bring you on. We're going to do an interview with you, Trapper, and we're going to talk KSWA sometime here very, very soon. I got to get my planner and get everybody rocking and rolling and put it in there. So, hi, Braden. Hi, Champ. How you doing? Ryan, thanks for tuning in. And Tanya, thanks for tuning in. So, and then from the Daredevil thing, everybody, you go right into the Thunderbolts, which I think is going to be good. Oh, Ryan, it's thank you for popping on. Thank you. I'm a huge Dean. I'm a huge Hulk fan too. The Ruffalo version, I like the Ed Norton version. But Ruffalo, but also too, I believe we're going to get the Eric Bana version from the first Hulk in the Secret Wars. I think they're going to throw all that out there. And I think the Eric Bana Hulk is going to be Maestro. I think that's what I hear. I don't know. I know you're a Punisher fan, Troy, and you're going to get to see a lot of John Berthenol because they're looking to do a Punisher series too. Wilson Fisk is still alive in the MCU, and he was going to try to be running for mayor. And I don't know if you know, Craig, if you saw the TV show Echoes, he was in that, and then he's setting it up the storyline into Daredevil. So and let me get to some stuff here. Oh, I think if Norton would have been able to do the Hulk that he wanted, you would have seen a different version of the Hulk. But he had conflict with the production and the executives. You know what I mean? And I understand because that happens. I think you're absolutely right on that one. Grant Gustin as Flash was great in the TV show, and I think he'd make a great movie one. Because right now, in the comic books in DC, which a lot of people I don't know. Now, if Mr. K was on here, he's my coworker at work. He is the DC man. That's how I get all my DC information. But I have been I've ordered Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, Absolute Wonder Man. I got Absolute Green Arrow, and I think Absolute Flash, and I think I got Absolute um, Martian Manhunter. And all these stories are all different because actually the Absolute Batman, he's poor and the Joker's rich. So, yeah. Well, Hollywood is definitely fucked now, I think. You're going to see a lot of different stuff. Yeah. I wish he didn't walk away. It would have been good because he would have led that when he was in the Canadian forest at the end when he was breathing heavy, that he was just going to start into that. That would have been the second movie going right into that, and then you probably would have seen him turn into maybe Maestro out of that, but that didn't happen. That didn't happen. What are you so excited for, Shane? It was terrible. Well, you know what happened in Indiana, Paul? I was watching that in Indiana and I saw it and the screen caught on fire and it frazzled the last 2 minutes of the ending of the Hulk movie. It was terrible. It was god awful. The Hulk was not that big. The Hulk is supposedly 7 foot tall, not 15 foot. You know, but sorry, I had to get something to drink. But there's a lot of MCU stuff, and if you guys haven't saw, Agatha all along, please do because you're not going to know what's going on when they have the Vision Quest series. Yeah, and it was it was a bad acid trip. I don't know. I never did acid. I wouldn't know. The Abomination, yeah. Uh, and also too in this Captain America movie, Troy, from the Ed Norton's movie, they had Samuel Stearns at the end where he got the gamma. He got his head cut open and gamma sipped into his. He's turning into the leader. So the leader is going to be in the Captain America Brave New World, which was going to be, it was supposed to be Captain America New World Order, but that they changed that a couple times because they have Esposito as I think the leader of the Serpent Society because he's got the gun. He was the Chicken Man in Breaking Bad. He plays every bad man in every show. He's a bad man in everything. But that's a lot of DC stuff. So now I'm gonna go back to DC because when I was talking about Superman, if you look, and I know a lot of people don't watch cartoons, okay, but Creature Commandos is probably one of the best things that I saw in Marvel or DC animation because all those characters in Creature Commandos will be in live action upcoming. And if you don't know what that is, it's some of the people from some of the characters were in Suicide Squad, and it's seven episodes. I'm not going to tell you the ending. There can only be one NWO. Yeah. But it is the most gruesome, fucking over the top. It's for mature audiences. You can't have your kids cannot watch this. If you have kids, you cannot have your 10-year-old kid watching Creature Commandos. You can't. But also too, James Gunn got all those characters. You know what I mean? You're going to see in a live action. Like David Harbour is Frankenstein. He will be Frankenstein in the movies. Frank Grillo, who was Crossbones in the MCU, is Colonel Rick Flag Senior. He will be Rick Flag Senior in Peacemaker because he's got to face Peacemaker because Peacemaker killed his son in the second Suicide Squad. I am waiting for Alpha Flight. I love Alpha Flight. I think that would be great. I have the whole first volume. I think I have every Alpha Flight that I'm looking for, and I have the second appearance because the first appearance was in the X-Men. I think it's the X-Men 120. I have 121. But it's on Max. You have to watch it. My one buddy won't watch cartoons, but I'm telling you, if you don't watch it, you're not going to know anything that's happening in the DCU because I mean Rick Flag Senior is also going to be in the new Superman, and Frank Grillo played a badass in season 2 of Tulsa King too. He's pretty good, and he played a lot in those Purge movies too. He could have played a better Crossbones because Crossbones in the Marvel Comics was actually a bigger guy. You know. Thanks, Dean. Good luck tomorrow. Have a great show. Everybody, Dean Radford is in the house. If you're a wrestling fan in Western Pennsylvania, get to Rise Wrestling in Uniontown Mall. If you want to train, contact Stronghold Training Center. They have an open house January 27th. If you got the guts to get in the ring, show up. Well, Troy, there is zombies. The Marvel Zombies, Troy, will be out, I think, the end of December. That's already been filmed. That's where all the superheroes have turned into zombies. There is one episode in the What If with the zombies. And I'm just not used to Spider-Man eating fucking brains. Oh, you're welcome, Dean. I'm just not used to that. I still need to watch the last episode of the Book of Carol with Daryl Dixon. It was a great show. My cable system, the last episode, it talks about Paramount Plus, and I think I have to get it on AMC just to get that last episode, and then I'll be done. Because I believe that I think they're gonna bring Walking Dead like season 12. I think because they're gonna do that. They're gonna do the season 2 of the City of the Dead or whatever with Negan and Maggie, and then they're going to do Michonne and Rick and that, and I think with the Hilltop and all that stuff. I think that's going to be season 12. I think. Don't quote me. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, and there's a lot of stuff going on because next Tuesday is the last episode of the Skeleton Crew. Now, I'm not going to give the ending away, but Jude Law, I don't know what his character is, but he's good, bad. He's a heel, he's a face, he's a heel, he's a face, he's a heel, he's a face. I don't know, but this was actually better done than the Acolyte. The Acolyte was the worst Star Wars fucking presentation since the Star Wars Christmas special. Terrible. But there is 8 episodes. Next week is the final. Is the finale. I don't think they're going to have season 2 because I don't know because those young kids, they grow up so quick. It's like Stranger Things now. All those kids are in college, so stuff like that. But it's good. It's more of a swashbuckling pirate Goonies kind of thing. And it's in between. It's after Return of the Jedi. It's during the Mandalorian storyline. So I don't know if Jude Law is going to be in that kind of Mandalorian universe. I'm not sure. and I don't know how it's going to end next week, and I don't want to give anything away, but it is better than the Acolyte. Um, I did like Book of Boba Fett, and I did like Ahsoka, but I saw somebody that was going to write uh, Kenobi, and he got axed, and then they went to what they did. The one that got axed was a better storyline and would have been very, very good if they would have did Ben Kenobi like that. That would have been real good. Because I'm a huge Star Wars guy. I've been watching Star Wars all my life. And then after that, after the season ending of Skeleton Crew, you got a couple months, and then it's going to be season 2 of Andor. Andor is very good. And that's where you'll see it going right into Rogue One. And then they're doing the Mandalorian movie. That's coming. You know, I like Neil. Well, Neil is the heart of the show. He's compassionate. He just wants everybody to get along. And the other kid just wanted to be off the planet because he was looking for adventure. Well, they got an adventure. So I just don't know how it's going to end. Because like I said, Jude Law's character, you don't know because he's a pirate, and then he helps the kids out, but then he turns more than anybody I ever seen in wrestling. you know. But if you haven't watched that, please do. It's on Disney, and I'll talk about it next Friday night, Craig, because then I don't like to give spoilers, you know what I mean? But hopefully people watch it because I haven't really been watching anything, like I said, besides Creature Commandos, Monday Night Raw, Skeleton Crew. That's all I got. I have been watching. This is corny. I have been watching the animated Avengers on Disney. I have been watching that because, you know, I don't know. I just sometimes sometimes I do like to watch cartoons. I can't help it, you know. Sorry, it's going to be cold tomorrow, and I got to go to work because I got to get ready. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. Tomorrow, all I'm thinking about is Pittsburgh Steelers football. That's all I'm going to think about tomorrow. And I hate the fucking Ravens. Captain America's dead. Well, that. Captain America, the Falcon took over Captain America. That's why you see the wings coming, Troy. And if you watched Falcon Winter Soldier on Disney, it'll tell you, it'll get you started because that's when they have the U.S. agent in, and the U.S. agent is going to be in Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts is going to be a movie. That is the movie I want. I mean, besides seeing the Red Hulk on the movie screen, I want to see that one. And speaking of movie screens, I keep forgetting. I think during WrestleMania, I think myself, we're going to have a live Triple B experience at the Indiana Philadelphia movie theater if everything goes down right, and they're going to be showing WrestleMania Saturday night. So they're going to have part of the proceeds probably will go for the Indiana wrestling program for the kids. So I'll be working on that. I got to do a graphic for that. And then we're going to, Saturday night watch wrestling. Anybody that is a wrestling fan can come out and hang out with us and watch wrestling on a big screen. Watch, a big screen, like a movie theater, like the old, closed circuit shit back in the day. So I'll let, when I know more, I'll let you guys know more. And if everybody wants to show up, because I'll also probably be, if it's in April, I'll be promoting the APWF show by then. And like I said, I'm just doing a couple shows a year. I'm not doing them every month because I honestly can't. I can't do it. I have a great staff, but we are all in our 40s, and I don't have a training school where all the trainees are setting up the ring, and I don't have it. So, and that's how a lot of people do it because that's how they get their talent. That's how they get their labor cheap. You know what I mean? I asked for people to help, and God bless them. I mean, I mean, my nephew could pick up fucking ring posts with one arm, and God bless Vinnie Mac when he can make it, but he can't make it all the time. And I'm going to be 54 years old, and I'm probably one of the only promoters in wrestling that actually put up the ring and tear it down. I unloaded the whole U-Haul by myself. It's in my garage. Tammy can get her car in, so I'm happy about that. Um, and then I'll get everything situated. Me and Larry, God bless Larry. We'll our website is just it just has the shows, the 3 shows that we had, and we're just gonna do Indiana, and then go from there. Because Johnstown was a great place. I got to get down and pick up the banners, but I just feel Indiana, the S&T Bank Arena. I left them a message. I have to follow up. I think the arena at S&T is bigger. It's bigger than anything. So if we can pack that, get like big people and make it an event, a community event. Like I dropped out of. Thanks, Troy. I dropped out of the Indiana County Tourist Bureau. No offense, because they didn't advertise my last show on their website, so I'm not paying $100 and some to advertise. I'll just do it myself through my podcasting and word of mouth and social media. I mean, social media is huge, And I still have a lot of old APWF videos that I want to put on this channel, and then you can subscribe and then go to the wrestling and then click and get some matches. I think I'm going to have a copyright stuff with infringements because of music way back when. Yeah, that's the shitty part. And I want to get a little bit more tech savvy to do videos, of upcoming shows or what I think about something or something on this to get this channel, a little bit more going than usual. Because I rather do this. Like, I seriously would like to do podcasting as a full-time job, and hopefully, God bless America, that, because my other job is shitty. But and it's crazy too. But I mean, it pays the bills though. I mean, it does. This does not pay the bills, but I love doing it, and tomorrow is going to be great. Me and Shane going to be live streaming. You guys can sit back and you guys can watch. I mean, sometimes I'm behind, and I guess me and my internet, it's Xfinity. I have Xfinity internet, but I think through my cable system, it's like Paramount Plus. If you watch it on channel 11, because sometimes I watch it on different channels because I can watch Steeler games on different channels on my cable, and I can watch the Pittsburgh Steelers in Alaska. So if I watch that channel, it's not the same as channel 11. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to work harder to get this site and get more social media out there. I'm trying to learn a little bit more, trying to get my better thumbnails. I didn't put a thumbnail for this because I was running behind. Sometimes I do run behind and stuff. I don't need to be lackadaisical, but you know, I appreciate all you guys, popping on and talking and spending your Friday nights, listen to a guy who's talking about stuff that he likes to talk about. Like I said, I'm going to get some interviews. I'm going to try to get some name interviews if I can, get some independent wrestlers, Hey, speaking of DC, hi, Roy, how you doing? Um, you missed all my DC talk. But I did watch the Creature Commandos, dude. And yeah, that sucked. But I liked a little bit at the end there when she came through the gates and saw some characters. I thought, but I just trying to get stuff done. Um, yeah, I know. I know. That's what I told people in the show like 25 minutes ago. It's the best. It's the best animated thing I've ever seen. What? You're not pretentious as frightful, spiteful, devil. What? Definitely. I'm not a devil. I'm not. I'm a heavy Jesus, man. Mr. Quake. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. He was coming back. He's bigger and badder too, man. That is probably one of the greatest episodes in any type of animation I've ever seen. Was that episode? I mean, a lot of racism, but it was a good. I don't know who this guy is. You're the only devil I know. You're the only devil I know, Mr. Quake. I'm not a devil. Daredevil's a devil. Wait a minute. What? At least you're not pretentious like the guys from Frightful. I mean, I don't know. But I don't know what you're talking about. I frightful who? I don't know, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, dude. Sorry, dude. Like I don't know. How the hell do I know who you're talking to? I figure you're talking to me. It's my podcast. I don't know. I'm just saying. Damn. Don't get your panties in an uproar. Sorry, buddy. I don't know. I'm just doing the comments. Okay. I don't. I'm not a. I don't know. Oh, you must know each other. But yeah, I mean, well, sometimes my wrestling takes some people don't like. You know, I mean, I like Nia. Oh no, I didn't know what you. No, seriously, dude, I didn't. I'm glad you came on. I just didn't know what the heck you were talking about. Yeah, I don't know. No, that's okay. You can vent. You can vent whatever, man. I just didn't know what is frightful of that wrestling. Is that a wrestling podcast? There's so many goddamn wrestling podcasts. I don't know. Just like there's many Steeler podcasts. Between wrestling and Steeler podcasts, Jesus Christ, there's 1,000. I mean, YouTube content block people's account. Oh, I didn't. I don't. I blocked. Who the hell did I block? Oh, my Steeler Dynasty. I blocked the Browns Dynasty podcast, and I blocked the Cincinnati Dynasty podcast. And dude, I got a whole bunch of stuff left in my car. Yeah, I mean your YouTube. I mean YouTube content. I yeah, I don't know what YouTube does. I don't know. YouTube's crazy. I mean, hopefully in another week though, YouTube will be wide open probably. Um, I mean, I do have a TikTok, but I don't know how to get people to subscribe to that to go live and ask people for money. That'd be great. No shit. No shit. Dude, I've never I I couldn't if I would have got pulled over, I'd have been fucking done. I'd have been in jail. And the sad part about it was, Devil, it was down by my speaker, and I looked and I go, "What the fuck is this container?" Because I this morning I had a breakfast pizza at Sheets real quick before I went to work, and I was cleaning it up to get gas, and I looked down, and I go, "Holy shit!" I brought it home though. I mean, yeah. Oh, I got arthritis, all right. I got to get a card. I get nervous in crowds. No, I love crowds. I don't get nervous in crowds. Yeah. Hey, Roy, if you're still listening here, I Tiffy time. Oh, she's smoking hot. Not the best female wrestler though. Smoking hot, but not the female wrestler. Get this, Roy. If you're still on, I was fucking cleaning out my car about I don't know 6:30, and I found a fucking container of fucking. Da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? I was like, and I've been driving around since December 21st with it in my car. I didn't even know. I'd have got pulled over. I'd have been in jail. That'd have been my luck. I'd have made fucking the Indiana Gazette front page. But yeah. Well, I appreciate everybody for coming on. I mean, I know I streamed it to Facebook because I do get a lot of people, and I try to interact, and then hopefully everybody subscribes to this channel. I mean, I almost have 1,100. I got to get the watch time up because actually the Steelers Dynasty podcast has the watch time. I just got to get 210. We're 10 away from 300 on my Steeler channel. And that's organically. I did that organically, like put some manure on it, and took up the plow and pulled some weeds and, you know, and I'm going to be honest with you, because you can buy like views and subscribers and all that. I'm just not doing that because I get the Pakistani guys saying you don't have enough. You don't have enough. If you get with me and you pay me $50, I will get all your views up. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Oh, that's cool. Oh no, I thought you were hanging out with Jimmy the hippie. Is she an awesome wrestler, or is she just awesome looking? I've never tried. I never tried that. I like to. I'm gonna start. I need a hole. I need a hole. Oh, did she turn heel? Yeah, that was. Yeah, she's smoking hot though. You know, and before that, she was. I think she was a gymnast or something. Yes. Yeah, I agree with you on that. But also too, she's smoking hot. So that kind of when you're smoking hot, the wrestling will come. You know what I mean? Well, New Day, it's a shame about Big E. That's terrible. They had to do something with New Day, but I don't know. I. Yep, you're absolutely right. Well, she's probably training with the guy with Gunter. That's her boyfriend. Luke, shit, whatever his name is. I don't know. I've had a couple concussions, so don't mind me. I forget a lot. Kaiser, yes. Thank you, Troy. And you had a couple concussions too. Jesus Christ. But hey, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Drop that like, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I forget his name. I think he's a hell of a wrestler. Um, well, I actually played football, but also too, 20 years of independent wrestling, and the job that I did, I got two concussions in a couple of salts, and then my head hitting concrete at work is not good. I had I had 13 concussion tests in a year. Hey Dre, how you doing, brother? Get ready for tomorrow, Dre. We're gonna win. I'm telling you, we are gonna win. Okay, Craig, I agree. Folks need to give Nia Jax more credit. I like Nia Jax. I took a lot of heat for liking Nia Jax. A lot of heat. Tons of heat. I'm excited too for tomorrow. Yeah, yes it is. Mr. Quake, I got cut here on the side of my arm one time by a fluorescent light in a hardcore match, and I couldn't stop the bleeding. And then I took a shot with a VCR, a hard shot, and I didn't juice. I gigged for real. You know, Nia Jax did prove a lot. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. I got the first season of Heels done, Dre. It's good. I got to watch season two. And I think it's going back. I think it's going to be on Netflix. Well, in the '80s, man, they were all badasses. Yeah, I remember that, Troy. It was me and you. Me and you tagged up against Kato and his brother. It was. But okay. Hey, I got to get. I could talk all night, but I got to save my voice for tomorrow because 4 hours of live streaming. Well, I mean, it's debatable. There is a lot of good, and there's a lot of good independent wrestling too, Mr. Quake. If you're, I don't know where you're from, but I mean, that's the future superstars of tomorrow. I really like the old school stuff. I'm a big into Mid South. Bill Watts, even though Bill Watts was an asshole, I liked Bill Watts, and then I liked the Crockett with the Four Horsemen and the Road Warriors. Oh, Northern Virginia. Oh, wow. Cool. Yeah, big yes. Yeah. Big day tomorrow. Here we go. Deep South. Yeah, FCW. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So hey, Mr. Quake, thanks for coming on, and anytime, man, subscribe. On every Friday night, 9 o'clock, like clockwork. We do pulp cultures, wrestling, all this stuff. We do pay-per-view picks, and then we do some interviews, and then the interviews I put out during the week. Thank you so much for coming on. Hey guys, thank you for coming on. Hit like and subscribe. This is also on Spotify. The Triple B Experience, both YouTube channels are on Spotify. They're on audio, so they're on all your markets of audio. So get your Fitzpatrick jersey out tomorrow. Steeler fans are in the house. Get ready for tomorrow. 7:30 live stream on Steelers Dynasty podcast. 7:30 wild card playoff action. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to kick the Baltimore Ravens' ass, and I'm going to play my harmonica when we win. And I can't even play a harmonica very good. So everybody, thank you guys. Have a great night and a better tomorrow. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night on the Steelers Dynasty podcast. So good night, everybody.